I grew up seeing this. If you grow up in my culture, you're just surrounded by it. This is just how it's done. It's not called rotational dating because your family is the one doing it. It's called rishta, RISTAT. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me put it in the chat because I can't spell it like that. Here, that's what it's called. Let me tell you right now. Right now. That's what my culture calls it. And basically an evolution tool. So in back in the day, in the tribes that we used to live in, a woman would have multiple viable options for marriage. And then based on certain criteria of that tribe, the men in the tribe would get together and they would discuss what is the best match for this woman based on the entire longevity of the tribe. It wasn't based on lust. It wasn't based on he's cute. It wasn't based on any of it. It was based on what was best for the whole. It was based on legacy. And so my culture never evolved out of it. Bloodlines, evolutionary history, what your dad does, what kind of a person your grandfather was, how women are treated in that family, all of that is taken into account. The elders do that. And now with modern families, it's changed a little bit. So now what happens is now even if a girl likes someone, let's say you go to university and you like a guy, you come home. Actually, you tell the guy, not the girl. You tell the guy that, well, this is how, this is how it needs to be done. Even though I like you, it's a yes from me. It needs to go through my family. That guy is going to go and tell his family, I like this girl. This is the only one I'm going to marry. Don't even try to take a rishta to anyone's house. I'm going to kill myself. Like literally, this is what happens. And then the guy's family will come over to the girl's family, the whole family, not the guy, the whole family. And they will bring a proper rishta, a proper proposal. Rishta means proposal. And at the same time, the girl's family will be having multiple proposals. There's other guys that are interested in her. They're playing from a position of strength. The feminine always plays from a position of strength. And then the girl's family will go to the girl and say, okay, well, these are your 3 options or your 4 options. And then the girl probably won't tell her dad, depends on the relationship, will tell her mom, actually, mom, I like this one. He goes to university with me. That's the only one I want to marry. So the mom is now going to be the neck of the family. And she's going to go to the dad and say, you know what? I've been thinking, I really like this one. She's not going to say my daughter likes him. Depending on how modern the family is, she's going to go and she's going to say, yeah, I really have a good feeling about this one. And then the families will make that official because then there's accountability for the masculine, there's accountability for the woman, and it's a family event. That's what rotational dating is. That's what it is. It's now getting merged with gold digging work and all this other stuff. That's not what it was about. No judgment, but just to be honest of what it is. And so even in my case, my husband and I were both divorced, and I started rotational dating. He had already been rotational dating for many years before. He had multiple options that he was dating. This is just how it's done in my culture. And so my mom started sending me people that she knew. My best friend was sending me people. Friends of friends were sending me people. And I had a rotation. And I was dating multiple men. And dating in my culture and in rotational dating does not mean sleeping with men. I think people get it all twisted. There's no sleeping with men before marriage. So dating is dating for marriage, courting, it's courtship. And then one of my best friends, she said, my sister has had really good luck with this one website. I think you should try it. And in my body, I just had this yes feeling, even though I already had like 4 or 5 men on my rotation placed there by my mom, my best friend, people I knew. I was like, okay. So she was literally standing there looking over my shoulder. I created an account. And when I created the account, the website said that it takes 24 hours for my picture to be visible. And within those 24 hours, I ended up meeting my now husband. However, I didn't talk to him, be like, okay, we're getting married. Nope. Nope. I kept my rotation. He told me that he was coming to Chicago anyways for a work project. He was a consultant at the time and he traveled full time for a living. And he said he happens to be 2 hours away in Illinois, not in Chicago now where I live, but a couple hours away. And he would like to meet me. And I was like, okay, great. And so I said, we'll talk on the phone until then. And so we talked on the phone. I got to know him. He came, he had to come and like meet pick me up from my home. My mom was there. My best friend was there. My son from my previous marriage was there, like all properly done. And he proposed a couple days later. I think it was a couple days later. I said, well, I cannot accept the proposal. So we're like at 2 weeks now. I said, I cannot accept the proposal. It has to go through my family. He's from my culture. He knows that. And then he had to go meet my dad and officially ask for the proposal. And then my dad asked for the document. He said, I don't know who you are. And then his family had to call my mom. And typically they would go in person and visit. My mom was stage 4 cancer. His extended family was here in the US. His parents were back in Pakistan. They were elderly. They couldn't travel. Health issues as well. They spoke on the phone. Documents were requested. My family checked up on his family. They checked up on our family to make sure everyone is who they're saying. My husband had to provide 3 years of tax returns, home papers, employment records, passport. It was easy to verify because his dad was, his past now, he's a celebrity and back home. Easy to see his family. His family here is very successful. It's easy to verify, but my family verified everything. And then that proposal was accepted. It's a family event. And that's your backing. That's your security. Because if someone isn't acting right, the family is involved. They're like, hey, like in my culture, if there's a situation in the marriage, the dad will go talk to the dad. Say, hey, what's happening over here? What's going on? It's a loving conversation, but it's a conversation.